For decades, the relationship between LGBTQ+ individuals and religious institutions has been strained. Many religions have traditionally held beliefs and doctrines that condemn same-sex relationships and gender nonconformity. This has led to discrimination, prejudice, and exclusion of LGBTQ+ people within religious communities. Many LGBTQ+ individuals have experienced pain and rejection from religious institutions. This has caused deep spiritual wounds. However, the desire for spiritual connection and belonging is a fundamental human need. LGBTQ+ individuals, like anyone else, seek solace, meaning, and purpose in their lives. The need for acceptance and understanding within faith communities is crucial for the well-being of LGBTQ+ individuals. Many long to reconcile their faith with their identity. The struggle for LGBTQ+ acceptance and inclusion within religious spaces is an ongoing journey. It involves challenging deeply ingrained beliefs and interpretations. It requires open dialogue, empathy, and a willingness to evolve. Despite the historical tension, a growing number of religious institutions are becoming more inclusive of LGBTQ+ individuals. Progressive movements within various faiths are advocating for change and acceptance. They challenge traditional interpretations of scriptures and emphasize messages of love and compassion. Some Christian denominations, for example, have taken steps to affirm LGBTQ+ people. They recognize same-sex marriages and ordain openly LGBTQ+ clergy. Reform and conservative Jewish communities have long been welcoming to LGBTQ+ individuals. They advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and celebrate LGBTQ+ Jewish life. Within Buddhism, many teachings emphasize compassion, acceptance, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Some Buddhist leaders actively support LGBTQ+ rights and inclusion. These shifts signal a growing recognition that LGBTQ+ people deserve dignity and respect within religious spaces. They represent a move towards a more compassionate and inclusive understanding of faith. Faced with rejection and exclusion from traditional religions, many LGBTQ+ individuals are turning to alternative spiritual practices. These practices offer a sense of spirituality and community without the doctrinal constraints that often lead to discrimination. Meditation and yoga, for instance, have become increasingly popular among LGBTQ+ people. These practices promote mindfulness, self-awareness, and inner peace. They provide tools for healing and self-acceptance, which can be particularly helpful for those who have experienced religious trauma. Energy healing modalities such as Reiki and chakra healing offer another avenue for spiritual exploration and healing. These practices focus on balancing energy centers within the body. They can address emotional wounds and promote a sense of wholeness. Some LGBTQ+ individuals find resonance in indigenous or mythological spiritualities. These traditions often embrace gender fluidity and celebrate diverse expressions of gender and sexuality. Despite the positive strides made towards LGBTQ+ inclusion within some religious circles, significant challenges persist. Conservative religious groups continue to wield influence and oppose LGBTQ+ rights. They often view LGBTQ+ identities as sinful and advocate against same-sex marriage, LGBTQ+ ordination, and legal protections for LGBTQ+ people. The debate between religious freedom and LGBTQ+ rights remains a point of contention. Some religious organizations claim that accommodating LGBTQ+ individuals infringes upon their religious freedom. They argue that they have the right to refuse services or employment based on their religious beliefs. However, LGBTQ+ advocates argue that religious freedom should not be used as a shield for discrimination. They emphasize that everyone deserves equal treatment and protection under the law, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. The fight for LGBTQ+ acceptance within religion is far from over. It requires ongoing dialogue, education, and advocacy to bridge divides and create more inclusive spaces for all.